Hi, everyone. Welcome back to what week are we on? This is your thing.
49.
Oh, wow.
49.
Wow.
We are coming up on the 1 year anniversary of 3 Good Minutes.
We're going to throw a party next week for 50.
You're welcome.
I'm Jen. This is Ryan. 3 Good Minutes. You know by now, office created at Newmark. And this week, why are you laughing?
Because you're so tall in those shoes. I feel like I'm being looked down upon.
Never.
Thank you.
That was the old one. And this week we are going to be talking about an increase in activity in the market, which is a positive. Also a big absorption in the amount of sublease space that was on the market. And as Ryan said last week, all positive vibes going into summer.
Somebody asked us recently, a couple weeks ago, and we've told many of you this actually since then, how many transactions was I working on, I was asked, at the end of last year, and how many are we working on now? And I actually know this because for those of you that know me, I count everything and keep track of everything. And at the end of last year, I was working on 12 transactions. Pretty good for the end of the year, but compared to 2019, 2018, 17, that's down by 250%. So it's usually somewhere in the mid 20s. And actually, as of last week, I have 34 going on. So up almost 300% from the end of last year. That's only interesting from a numbers perspective because what we're seeing is just a tremendous increase in activity overall. Those that are planning to come back, those that are coming back, all the things we've been discussing, whatever it is that you're doing, people are doing something. And so the question we're getting asked right now is it the right time to strike if you're doing a lease, regardless of whether you're in Texas or Illinois or Florida or Massachusetts or California? Is it the right time to strike, and what happens going forward? And that's the question we're getting asked the most, and I think it's actually probably the most pertinent today, other than what does my office look like when I go back?
Well, and I think so many of us had these conversations throughout the pandemic, throughout last year of, to your point, when will rental rates be the lowest? And I think we advised many of you towards the very end of last year, start of this year, we were in a little bit of a lull before things were kind of reopening up. And we advised most of you if it made sense to do something then. And many people I don't think had the visibility to make those decisions, but we have started to see some of the concessions get pulled back on slightly, some of the flexibilities get pulled back on slightly. And so turns out the crystal ball was correct. We aren't seeing a huge increase in rental rates yet, but as this activity continues, we will start to see rental rate increases translate as a result of that. And also, I think at our highest point last year, we got to about 10 million square feet in LA of sublease space on the market. That number through absorption or transactions being completed or companies taking their space off the market, because turns out everyone needs an office to go back to, is down to just under 7 million. So 3 million square feet that's either been sublet or taken off the market. It's a huge number, and that's only been in the last kind of 4 months.
Yeah, a lot of people were also getting very annoyed with what your recovery rate was. In other words, what do I owe for the remainder of my lease term relative to what I'm going to make? And subtenants, we're guilty too. Subtenants have been incredibly aggressive in how they've approached it. And so in 2019, we were seeing recovery rates in the sublease market of close to 100%, actually 91%, which was probably an all-time high. And by comparison, on average right now, we're seeing something in the low 50s. So if we see something, it's around 51, 52%, that's a good recovery. Well, subtenants, sub-landlords were looking at that saying, I'm not getting much for this, plus I have to move, plus my people are coming back, plus I have to go get FF&E, et cetera, et cetera. This actually doesn't make sense. Let's pull it off the market and just go back. Maybe we revamp it at a later time. So activity's up, subleases are coming down for a variety of reasons. The last question we're asked is, well, how long do I have to, make a great deal? And the answer is, we have no idea, no clue. But if we were to make a guess, it's somewhere over the next probably 6 months, I think, between now and the end of the year. But
shorter.
We've been wrong about a lot over the last 15 months. So
you read about a lot.
That's true. We really have been. We have no idea, but it's somewhere in, I think it's 4 to 6 months. So happy episode 49. I cannot wait for this one good thing.
Well, one of them is sunglasses, because I feel like I've been squinting the entire episode. So I'm really thankful for those just in general. But my one good thing this week is live music. I was lucky enough to be able to go to Austin. I'm fully vaccinated and see some friends a couple of weeks ago. And Austin is much more open than LA, and it felt very safe, and there was live music again. And I'm a huge, huge fan of live music and a few beers in Austin and some cowboy boots, some live music. Just didn't realize how much I'd missed that. So that is my one good thing.
As a native Texan, God bless Texas.
I'm Jen. This is Ryan. We'll see you next week.